I've been wanting to do this video. I want to do kind of a production video, but actually, right now, just not in the mood. I have to add the right words, and so I'm just sitting here in my chair at home and trying to find the words how to even express myself in this. So, everything that's been going on, uh, ever since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. I know that it's just got everything on edge. This whole thing has got people on edge. The whole past 10 years has got people on edge. And it honestly, it's a pain in the butt. To be honest, it's so horrible the way that things are right now. And I mean, it's horrible. I mean, we can't even get along. We're stabbing people in the back. We're losing friends who've been friends all of our lives or for such a long period of time over political stuff or over, let's just say, over stupid things. And it's really weird to me because I look at the world around me, and I guess I just walked around not even knowing that this stuff has been going on for quite a long time. And I just feel sometimes that when I actually try to make sense of all this, it doesn't make it. It's never going to make sense. None of it. And every morning I go into work, there's a guy who I talk to, really good guy. He's about 6 years older than me. We grew up in the same time. We used to do the same things. I mean, we just used to have a lot of fun when we were kids. But he asked me, you know, there's certain things he'll ask me, like, because I'm a logical kind of a person, and I see things, I think I see things differently. And I believe that's why I feel like I'm kind of one of God's chosen people. And I don't know why. Something is happening in my life, and I don't know what it is. But I can say this, that everything that is happening for a reason. And I just find it amazing that day by day that goes by and I look at the world around me and I'm just like, you have to kind of like shrug your shoulders because there's nothing we can do. You can complain, you can sit there and fight, we can kill each other, we can do whatever it takes. This has been predicted. It's all going to happen. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It doesn't matter what happens in November. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Everything is going to get worse. In the years to come, everything is going to get much worse. I mean, look at the cost of living. Look at how much gas prices are. I mean, I guess that's the cost of living. Look how much it costs just to go to the grocery store. I'm afraid to go to the grocery store. My main diet is eggs, some vegetables, and I can't even afford to buy a bottle of soda. Well, I do that because it's unhealthy. And speaking of unhealthy, the foods that we eat, everything that we have, everything that we consume is poisoned, according to a lot of sources. Everything that we do in our daily life is horrible. I remember growing up and my dogs, for instance. I remember growing up and we had dogs. Our dogs were never sick. I mean, I never remember our dogs ever being sick. And now I see my dogs, they get sick. The foods that we feed them are highly expensive. You go to the vet, it's almost as bad as us going to vet, if not more money. And which I think is a big racket. I think it's horrible. I think that vets ought to be ashamed of themselves, um, because I mean, you can go to Tractor Supply and get their vaccinations for, you know, $20, and they charge 200 and something dollars for a vaccination. And then you go online, you can find steroid shots for your dogs, which they charge you $250, which you can get for $55. This is just the way it is. So we don't have no control over what's happening right now, and we are never going to have control. Now, you may think that I'm being kind of like, well, you're being pretty negative. Well, I'm not being negative, I'm being realistic, because I don't see things getting any better. I really don't. Everything that you do is horrible. Everything, I mean, you even look at someone cross-eyed, they freak out. You say something to somebody, they're freaking out. I mean, people are getting so involved. And then you see people walking around with their phones and they're videotaping and getting into arguments and attacking older people. I mean, older people, for crying out loud. And then here's another thing. I work in a facility that takes care of elderly people. And I watched, and I'm surprised at the care that goes into taking care of people. And I just flabbergasted. To be honest with you, I'm just blown away at some of the things that I've seen. So, with that being said, in the years to come, I don't think we're going to see anything good happen, guys. I think what we need to really do is put everything in God's hands. And that's what I have done. I have put everything in God's hands. I mean, from my kids to my family, my life, my finances, everything I've put in God's hands. I don't care anymore. I mean, I care for certain things, but I'm not going to let it upset my life. I'm moving forward. And in moving forward, that means sometimes we have to just turn our backs on certain things. And at some point, we need to walk away from it. Walking away doesn't mean that we're running away. It just means that, you know, we're done. I'm done. I'm cooked. I don't want no more of this. I want to live out the rest of my life, you know, happy. I've spent my whole entire life trying to please other people, trying to make other people happy, trying to do whatever I could do to try to get ahead, and all I do is get knocked down. So I'm going to start doing for me, and I've set some goals, and even though I know it's going to be hard for me to reach a lot of these goals, I'm going to have to work hard at it. So in closing here, do I think that this world is going to get any better? It's not. It's going to get horrible. And it's going to get real nasty. And I believe that the United States is going to get hit hard and violently. And that's my prediction. I'm not a prophet. I'm just one of God's people. And so I hope that clears it up. You guys have a wonderful week coming up. God bless, and prayers. Just repent. Give it all to God. That's all we got.